All right, man, we're going green next time. Bye. All right, man, we got to line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
Not sure if I should have qualified.
Castle Packs Power 125 on the pole position with a blistering lap of 1 minute 17.582. It's the 42 DuPont machine of Kevin McCann. Outside front row, just a tenth and a half off that pole
Texas
speed.
speech for the chat is turned off, so I cannot hear chat tonight. I will not be responding to it.
Start third, it's Zach Millett at 315. Brian Rose, Holly Boys Racing teammate, starts outside.
Jeff Gordon's
row
got a
two,
lot of
the fourth
wins here, I'm
position,
just
the Track
saying.
Armenia, number 89. Starting in row 3, the 28 of Chris Goins with Right Turn Racing. He'll start 5th. 6th goes to Neil Quick.
Hey, Nathan.
With Quick Esports. Alfie Charon's going to start the 7th position. The Prestige
Winner, there's 5 guys in here that if they win, they get money. I'm one of them, and I don't know how much money.
Starting 9th in the 99 on a Lone Star Racing.
It's not like the 2.4 hours of Road America that we had one night.
Chelsea Motorsports starts 10th. Drew Blaze, also Lone Star Racing, in the number 1 machine. He'll start from the 11th position. 12th goes the Speed Clinic Racing, Jeremy Perez. Carson Conway, the number 72, a strong run for Carson. He's going to start 13th. Joe Tucker, another Lone Star Racing entry, or maybe not. Old data, he starts 14th.
You have 2 additional sets of tires for this race. Be smooth and have a good run.
And Alan DeFries, the number 71, starts 16th. Chris Mefford, the number 84, also out of the IROC series. He'll start the 17th.
Oh, 10K, probably more like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm going to assume less than $100.
Number 85 starts 19th, with Doug Wysocki, another IROC driver, starting 20th. Prestige Worldwide Racing's Brian Torsha is going to start the 21st position, and then another Right Turn Racing entry. It's Chris Elliott, starts 22nd.
Sorry.
23rd is the
They reckon already.
That's not good.
24th, Right Turn Racing's Jesse
Is damage on tonight?
Noah Rainwater with Thunder Lap Racing. 05 is going to start the 5th position.
Catch the
Eddie
hey
Rose
car.
is going to roll from the 26th and final starting position on the grid. Number 88 machine will be shotgun for today.
Catch the hey car.
Your starting grid from Sonoma Raceway, the Castlefax Power 125 on its one of only pace laps. Before we take the green flag here in just a few moments.
Who are you going to take tonight, Steve?
This is a tough one. This is probably the toughest call we make all season long, is who's going to win on this road course. It used to be that, no-brainer. Zach Millett all day long.
Catch
Who's
the
going to win
hey
these road
car.
courses? Just go out there and absolutely dominate. But you bring guys in here like
Sun's going down. I forgot to look at the track temp. Sun's going down. I forgot to look at the track temp.
Chris Goins with a good qualifying spot.
Probably cooling off, ain't it?
Tough to say.
6 degrees or more.
I'm not going to pick Zach. He asked me not to, so I'm going to go with Kevin McCann.
Zach didn't ask me not to, so I'm going to take Zach.
Oh, no.
He's probably rolling his eyes if he's listening.
How about we not do what we did in practice the other day, Kevin?
You don't mind where you took me out.
Get ready.
Here we go.
That was net code.
Field working through turn number 10. We're going to get the green flag in just one more corner.
Pace cars
This car
in.
will peel off earlier. Zach Millett commenting in the stream chat. No!
Green flag, green flag. Pit road is now open.
Down. Final bend before the start-finish line. The green flag waves, and we're underway from Sonoma.
Got one on your left.
They
Clear on
both
the
got
left.
a really good start, though. The two looks like he may have a good jump. That didn't last long. Brian McCann goes right. Where's going to be our passing points here? Where's the easiest place to pass?
There's no easy place to pass a place like Sonoma. A common place, though, is definitely going to be what we just saw down into turn 11. If you get to the guys inside.
There you go, man. You're now the
break
leader.
him into the corner. That's a great opportunity to do so. Really, it's going to come down to braking more than anything else. Up through here is not really great opportunities unless a guy gets a wheel off and makes a mistake. It's kind of narrow. Section than anything else. He's up the coffin turn 4, down the hill into turn 5, and get to the inside. It's an opportunity. Outbrake a guy slightly, but you got to be real careful on exit. That wall juts out in a hurry. You see Zach Miller running real wide. Here's another chance right here. You can try and set up a guy for this position. But once you get through there, you get into S's, turn 7, 8, and 9. Really not any great places here to make a move. Very difficult to run side by side. You're just going to cost both the trucks time. You don't have the pass complete by the time you get to the S's. You're going to back out just all the time.
I'm swinging out real wide right there.
Really have to. The straighter you can make the corner, the faster you can run through it. I made this comment watching, I think it was Carson Conway the other night in practice. Farthest to the left you can go on entry to 11, the better. Even if you got to hit the cones, hit the cones. Kevin McCann in the second spot. Zach Millett runs P3. And it's not going to be 100% about who's the fastest here. Yes, that does help. It comes into play. You see these guys really stretching it out with Brian Rose already. But it's going to be how to manage the equipment, manage the tires. Again, only 2 sets over the wall available. And we're 55% fuel load. We're just going to have to manage the fuel here in the second stage. First stage, they're going to have plenty to get to the end of it. Sim cams for the drone footage. Really all of our custom cameras here at Sonoma Raceway. We've got 9 different TV camera sets as well as some custom cams. 3 different drones, 3 different blips.
Sorry, North.
Fixed position cameras. Courtesy of
You good, buddy?
It's fantastic.
Ryan's got to be loving this, honestly. I mean, he's certainly not where he wants to be. He's 4th, which is a good position to be in. I'm sure he doesn't have super high expectations to put a challenge to Zach Miller and the McCann brothers as those guys have just lights out on their courses. But to be up here in the 4th position, he's got Chris Goins behind him, a familiar driver he's raced with, of course, Luke Wick in 6th. He's got clean air out in front of him. He can just run his laps, take care of the truck, be easy on him. As long as he can stay ahead of Chris Goins, not have to fight for that position. Some distance between the 89 and the 28. And Brian will be happy here.
Yeah, I remember when we first started out racing, our whole goal was to not wreck and hope other people did and move up. And now we'll be somewhere in the 4th position.
Thank you.
Kind of leading that second group.
Yeah, no worries.
Carson 21 may have some damage.
Wouldn't surprise me that this place is narrow. You're going to beat Bang, especially on those restarts. Carson Conway running in the 23rd spot. Remember, he started 13th. Looks like he did have an issue on lap 2. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened with the 72. Looks like down into turn 11. Looks like Carson tried to drive it in just as deep. Might have got too much rear brake. Kicks the truck sideways. Powered out too early, and looks like that might have been it. And so did, can't tell who that is behind him. Maybe. Just a quick little self-spin for the 72 of Carson Conway. Waits for the field to go around and doesn't pull out into traffic. An issue with Blaze on track that was just missed. Take a this all happening, must be chain reaction with the guys getting the 11 seat smoke, panicking a little bit. Really don't see any issue other than a little there.
Yeah, brought her all the way around.
So Brian McCann still your leader. Go ahead, Eric.
Turn 11 seems like our problematic turn so far.
Watching these top three drivers here, the gap is closed down really between all three of them. McCann had stretched it out a bit over the brother Kip. Phillip is back 2 full seconds for the time. Now that gap is just under 1 full second. Nathan Peters in the stream chat. Poor cone guy gonna be tired picking up those cones in turn 11. Right, he's thinking the same thing. Every lap, they're back in place. Needs a bad boy when you got a cone guy.
He's making it work. I mean, he's a class in the field right now. His brother Miller's right there, though.
And Ryan's certainly not getting away, but I think this could also really be translated to Ryan trying to take care of the tires. I know we're going to have a stage break here. I think it's lap 15. And by all means, everyone's going to take 4 tires under that caution. The question will be, though, the green flag stop you will ultimately have here at the end of this race. Will you see anyone go fuel only? I don't expect that to be the case, but it is possible. Ryan Torchinell and Freeze having an issue also in turn 11. They also
Russ.
get away from it. So no harm, no foul.
Is that Alfie? Step straight.
There's 3 trucks out there. They all look the same except for the number on the door. It's Kevin McCann. He tries to reel in brother Brian.
No loops coming off the exit there.
They're loose off every exit at this place. There's plenty of power underneath these trucks. We're slow speeds and trying to put that power down with almost no downforce. We're just not going fast enough. Kind of makes you think a guy like Drew Blaze would actually find some success here in Sonoma. Being able to, drive a truck that's completely sideways on a regular basis, but also being able to drive the truck with the throttle versus the steering wheel. Speaking of that, Drew Blaze already up in the 9th position, he's up 2 spots. So as these 3 continue just to log laps here, 8 laps in. Follow some other battles throughout the field. This is further back. That was Matt Goodell, 23rd position, around Doug Wysocki. Chris Goins running in front of Neil Quick. That's 5 and 6. Alfie Sharon in behind Neil. Prestige Worldwide Racing, number 51. Yeah, you see Alfie's putting power down a little bit too hard. He drifted all the way out of 11. He got a little bit there in the peak. Coming back to start finish.
Quick, right behind Goins, right in front of this. He may make a move right here.
Definitely trying to set Goins up for a pass. Goins is a pretty accomplished road racer in his own right. Real quick though, again, this is part of the first road racing series that Superior Class Auto Racing put on. Over a year ago, he's in GT1 series.
Alright, man, we got one stopped up ahead.
Stock cars type vehicles, but through the course of the season,
Got a car stopped ahead.
He's putting a
Go
lot of
right.
time into the craft here. He's alongside Chris Goes here into the S's. Chris is smart. He's going to let him go, but he might give up 2 spots here. Alfie's to the right side of Chris Goes as well. Coming out of turn 10. Tough break.
Got one on your left.
Quick as he's back into the top 5.
All clear, all clear.
Ran the Daytona 24 with a group of drivers. Ran well. Certainly not afraid of learning road racing. He's done a good job.
Yeah, I mean, we say it every week. Neil is the type of guy that, whether it's short track, super speedway, whatever, he is road course. He's always going to find his way up front. He's just all around good.
Up front, top 3 unchanged. Brian and Kevin McCann. That's not really. Ryan Rose also still in the 4th position. So those top 4 positions, for the most part, remain unchanged. Of course, Brian took the lead from his brother right at the drop of the green flag up in the turn 1, turn 2 area.
Looks like our leaders are maybe getting ready to get in lap traffic. I mean, this could be huge for them to get launched back up in battle.
Absolutely the case. Chris Elliott, the street man, caught a banana peel, sent it to the wall, threw a rod, hanging out, watching the rest of this broadcast. Well, Chris, glad you're sticking around, man. Sorry you're out of this one so early. Some drivers in pit lane here. Oh, some big time damage to Brian Torsha.
Car on your left. All clear, all clear.
Definitely an impact there for the 81. A significant one at that. Eric Beadle down and away. He also has some likely corresponding damage on that machine. Let's go back to Beadle's incident and see what we can see here. This again. Go, Eric, back in turn 11. Porsche gets in on the inside of
Right, I'm going to stay right side here.
10-4.
Conway dumps him.
Same, Kevin.
Not intentionally, everybody's sliding through there, but all 3 of these drivers coming together. Carson becomes the meat and sandwich, and everybody coming together on 11. The 84, Chris Mefford going to the outside.
That's one time I can say that it's not Carson's fault.
Nope, definitely not. And again, it's not that it was intentional. George is a pretty good accomplished racer himself, not so much a course guy per se. But overcooked it, trying to pass Carson into the corner, into that hairpin. Carson's not going to give up either, and George starts to come around. Carson
Car on your right.
gets into him.
Clear on the right.
3 of these guys in trouble. Carson Conway pretty banged up too.
Short Carson's just trying to get 3 more laps in and see this stage caution and get some fresh tires and maybe a little bit of damage fixed.
We got a battle for position here. Zach Millen has caught Kevin McCann with a little mistake out of the 315 there. Slides a little bit off course, gets the truck off balance. Goes right to the back bumper of Kevin McCann. Still closing down. Meanwhile, Ryan McCann has put 3.5 seconds on P2. As they start to lap traffic here. Freeze in the 71. Oh, almost loses it. That would have been disaster.
Ron McCann is checked out as Millen goes to the inside.
Side by side, coming to the start and finish line. Oh man, these guys are fighting hard here. Again, points are paid for stage position, so Miller trying to get all he can get here. Knowing he's going to get some fresh tires here at the caution. Throw caution to the wind here. Fry these Goodyear Racing Eagles if he wants to get around Kevin McCann. And some opportunities. We'll see if we can do it.
He's done a great job of keeping the truck under control. I mean, he has really been trying and been all over.
You got one on your left.
He's kept her
All
straight
clear,
for the
all
most
clear.
part. Kept going.
Millen does seem to be a little bit better on the brakes in these Alfie Charon with an issue on track. Back to the front here, lap 14 goes up on the board. Kevin McCann starting to stretch it out once again over Zach Millen. It's about 5 truck lengths if we cross start finish. Those of you at home watching, the track map we have displayed in the upper right corner of the screen, the numbers that you see indicated, they are not the driver's car or truck numbers, they are the running position. First, second, third. Obviously you see the one there coming out of turn 5, that's Brian McCann.
Car on your left. Still there? Hold your line. All clear, all clear. Got one on your left. Still there. Clear on the left.
Millet's gonna have another lap to try and see if he can do it.
Really no need for him to worry about trying to catch Brian at this point. Again, caution will be out shortly. Millet does close the gap considerably there under the brakes into 11. Kevin's a little bit better on throttle coming out. Lap 15 goes on the board. This will be the stage once they throw the yellow.
I would have to think that Kevin's got a little bit better tires because Millet has been sideways. Here he comes, though.
Pushing hard too. You see how crossed up that truck was at the top of the hill. Down into 5. Oh, real loose.
Go ahead, Brian.
Gotta worry about Jesse Renning there in the mix as well. Millet goes to the inside. A lot of loose grip down there. Nothing to really work with for Zach Millet. Way too far to the bottom, into the marbles. Gets on the brakes and the truck gets all sorts out
Got
of
about
shape.
5 laps.
Stays with Kevin McCann through the S's.
Last chance.
Brian McCann out of turn 11 here. He's going to win the stage. Into 11. Kevin McCann and Zach Millet. Zach puts the power down and almost loses it.
I think he was going to try to get
Isn't that the stage?
Maybe get beside of him and finish.
I think he wanted to give him a little bit of a bump and get him out of the way.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Catch the 05 car. Break or anything like that?
Not sure what the situation there, but the caution was never thrown. So we are complete here. Stage 1 in the books. We only run 2 stages here in the No Bull Racing Series. Brian McCann.
Is it going to be
Kevin
single
McCann,
file
Zach
restart?
Millet, Brian Rose, Neil Quick in the top 5. Then it was Chris Goins, Alfie Charon, Brandon Mefford, Drew Blaze, Casey Plott, your top 10. Impressive run for Casey Plott. He's up 8 spots.
Yeah, Nathan, road courses on these stock cars may help a little bit. I did practice for this race, though. That's definitely helping.
Catch the hey car.
I also went and watched Casey Kerwin's line around here. There was a few parts that I wasn't on my own. I wasn't running right. Turn 1 was one of them.
So they continue on another lap here. They got to catch the pace car at some point. Pace car just coming up the hill now through turns 3 and 4.
I'm no road course guy, but I would have to figure that these pit stops will be crucial for track position. They're so hard to pass.
Well, you certainly don't want a mistake, especially, I mean, you never ever want a mistake in the pit box because that's just wasted track position. But 4 tires and fuel, it's going to be the recipe for everybody involved here tonight. I don't see anybody taking just 2 or none for that matter. Maybe, just maybe on that final stop where it's going to be a splash and go under green. But again, it remains to be seen. I don't anticipate that. But yeah, making a mistake is going to be tough because it is so difficult to pass here. You got 11 turns, but only 2 or 3 of them are really suited for making passes.
Pit road is now open.
Looks like Redding will be the beneficiary of the lucky dog, so he'll get back on the lead lap.
Definitely a plus for the 21. So all of the lead lap trucks down pit lane.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
I'm gonna lose the spot here.
How was that?
Hate when I can't see my pit box.
Just like
All right,
that,
that's it.
top
Go.
5 trucks all in a row.
Be mindful, you only have 1 set of cars remaining. Line up single file. Catch the pace car.
Ryan McCann first off of pit road. Zach Millett wins the battle exiting pit lane. He's going to pick up a spot. Well done for the 315.
That could be huge for him too, because at times it looked like he was faster than Kevin, but just couldn't complete the pass.
It's a good moment here. Get with Brian McCann. Brian McCann, it's Steve and Eric in the broadcast booth. You with us?
Hey, got you.
Brian McCann, it's Steve and Eric in the
Hey, man, I got you.
booth. You with us? Brian McCann, congratulations on the stage 1 win. You've got a ton of pace out there. Took the lead right away from your brother there at the green flag. Walk us through that first stage and what are the plans here for the last half of this race?
Yeah, that start, I think he was in, I'm not sure what happened, but we went side by side into one, and of course I'm on the right-hand side, so I had a little advantage there, got out front. Made a few mistakes, allowed him to catch back up to me, but I think on the long run, I started to pull away, so this next stint, it's going to be interesting to see what happens on this. We're going to have to do one green flag pit stop.
So on the green flag stop, now I'm not asking you to show us your hand here, but any chance we see anyone take fuel only?
I don't know. It'd be a tough truck to drive after just fuel.
Yeah, that's tough on fresh tires. Well, either way, Brian, we look forward to seeing everybody's strategy here as this one plays out. We'll let you get back to it. We'll put you back in IROC chat. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks.
Let the 81 car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out. Past the 81, past the... Past the 81, past the...
You guys need me to add a lap?
Oh, sure. Looks like he's
I would.
All right, man.
I would.
Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green. All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
So with that, we're going to jump out and get a break out of the way while we can. We'll be back after this. Stay with us.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
All right, man, we're going green next time. Bye.
I'm unmuted now.
Can you mute it for a second?
Back at Sonoma
Doug,
Raceway,
it says I need to
20
let you
laps
by.
in, it'll be lap 21.
Yeah, 10-4 told me to wait on you.
It's going to force a late green flag.
Go,
pit stop
Alan.
for these
Sorry to let
drivers
you
here
by.
in this event. I think 16 or 17 laps is the race. I'm sorry, the full fuel.
Get ready.
I just get race pace going, Doug. They're gonna take the green here in a minute.
Brian McCann going to restart with Zach Dillon.
All right, man.
Bumper.
Pace car is
Single
in.
file restart as we get ready to go back racing.
That was an even bigger move for Millen's pit out in front of Kevin.
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Yeah, especially with 36 miles.
Green flag, green flag.
Brian McCann fires already. Marty's waving the green. We're back underway.
Top three got out to a good first.
Brian McCann up the hill. Let's put 6/10 on Zach Millen already. Turns 2 and 3. Right-hander, turn 4.
Go ahead, Justin.
Dillon has got into the deficit just a bit. It was a couple of tenths worse than it is now. Certainly parts of the racetrack that McCann is faster versus Millet, and then it kind of seesaws back and forth. Millet taking a peek to the inside, not enough room to make anything do with it.
Zach may be just kind of trying to see Brian's line or run behind him. I mean, he was the class of the show the first stage and see if he could get any pointers. I know these guys probably don't want to burn their stuff up too easy, so I'm sure they're not 100% right now.
Well, there is that as well. I mean, Millet is certainly not bashful about trying to learn something from the fast guy that's in front of him. In fact, it's something he does quite a bit. If he's got someone who's got pace on him, he will absolutely sit there and run behind, find out where he's losing time, make adjustments, try and pick up a little bit more speed, a little bit more time.
That 3 trucks looked fast the whole race. I think he's led every lap, so it's going to be hard to get around here. Zach's really going to have to get it together.
Yeah, Kevin McCann, of course, your pole sitter here this afternoon, was not able to lead lap 1. Wasn't really able to lead turn 2. Brother Brian took that away from him right away. Though Kevin's all over the tailgate of Zach Millen here. He's about a truck length behind. Really gained a lot of ground up the hill in the turns 1 and 2. Be rumor that Matt Goodell may have crashed seemingly in turn 11. Imagine that. Battle for the lead, though. Brian McCann still has it. Dillon must have learned something, or Brian made an uncharacteristic mistake. Dillon is right there. Now for the S's, though, once again, McCann seems to power through those corners a little bit better than the 315. Sykes an off-road excursion in the number 99. Rainwater had his share as well. Yeah, definitely good job keeping the truck straight in action. He's right on board with Zach Dillon. He sees here as he tries to take this top spot away from Brian McCann. Remember, if Brian McCann can win this race, he is part of the No Bull money race that this is. He wins here, he's part of the top 5 in Kansas, which is what qualified him for it. He wins it to take home some cash.
All right, man. Halfway this time by.
Dillon lost a bunch of time.
I gotta be honest, it almost seems like Dillon's pushing a little bit too hard. He's gonna burn up those good years. I know he's a very competitive guy. He wants to have that lead, at least for a lap. McCann is definitely very strong. Realistically, if you swap these guys in position, I truly think that Brian's going to have a similar amount of difficulty getting by Zach Dillon. Again, this place, as we've said, it's so difficult to pass. One thing I did notice there on a turn 5, is Dillon's running really wide left side of the curve, but McCann is not. Certainly running a greater distance as Dillon. If it was a much longer straightaway, I could see the benefit of it. It's just not really the case. See him down to 0.6 of a second, just a little bit under.
Like you said earlier, I believe they both have their strong points and weak points. It seems like his lead keeps going back and forth depending on what part of the track they're at.
Hill again, 20 laps to go.
Ooh, Kevin McCann off the track, it looks like.
Yeah, Kevin lost a ton of ground there. Now it's 3.5 seconds back to the 42. Back and watch it here in the replay. Turn 1 up the hill. Oh, just ran wide. Very, very uncommon mistake out of the 42. But you never know. With that said, anybody can make those mistakes. Even Brian McCann. 19.5 laps to go. McCann's been pretty perfect here so far. Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. A simple mistake. It's not going to take much to Zach Dillon, just 0.4 of a second out the back door. Man, I keep thinking Brian's coming to the pits every time I see that.
And I think maybe Kevin, losing some ground with these guys might be an advantage for Zach because he don't have to look up in his mirror anymore.
We've got a slow car on the way. We have a car stopped on the left. Car stopped ahead. Go right. Go right.
What's ahead of you? crashed. Eddie Rose looks at Brian Torcha. That broke up that lead battle big time.
I thought Zach Miller was out right there. I thought he was hitting.
Well, let's take a look at it and see exactly what happened here with Eddie Rose and up the hill. Jesse Redding coming down the bottom. Not sure what's going on here with the 88 way off base. Oh no, it's Brian Torcha. Was already sideways in front of Eddie Rose.
Miller, oh man.
Torch, you gotta hold the brake, man.
We got a view from Millet's truck.
Go left.
I thought he was hit. He
Got one on your right.
Full speed
Clear on the
here
right.
up the hill. Slow it down as they get close. Yeah, we'll let it go full speed. Oh, lordy.
I know Millet's probably upset. He lost a lot of ground, but I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse. It looked like it was going to be a whole lot worse.
Eddie Rose may have crashed again since then. Like this is, I think, down into turn 5. He just slows way down.
I think he was just letting everybody by.
Yeah, but you're creating more of a problem than doing just this. I mean, this driver off track, guys, it's got to be up to speed. You're easier to pass if you're going closer at the same speed. Chris Elliott says, right turn racing, donating Millet some new pants on that one. So Brian McCann enjoying a 1.4 second lead over Zach Millet. Millet, he's got a lot of work to do at this point. He was right there on the back bumper of McCann, but he's got to push even harder now. These guys are running very similar lap times, except McCann is still a bit faster. Last time by was a minute 19:40 to Millet's minute 19:53, so almost a tenth and a half faster than the 3:15. That is not going to get it done for Zach. That P2 is not terrible, but he wants to win, and he's used to doing that on these road courses, especially in the trucks.
Could we see a 2-tire stop for Miller? Maybe a little bit. I mean, but really, I mean, you have the experience here. How much would that help when you're kind of going right and left turns?
Well, you got to still look at the racetrack. Look at the map. So you've got the first turn up the hill is a left, and then it's a right. So that's an even. Then it's a left, and then it's a right. So that's still even. Then another right, and another right. Then the left that you can't really call a left, and then another left, and then a right, and a left and a right. So really going one side or the other. I suppose you could put right sides only, or even left sides only, depending on where you want to be quicker. I just don't see where it's going to make that much of a difference. It's not as easy as a call to make if you're on an oval where you, yeah, it's absolute. I'm going to go right sides only. As Brian Rose hits pit road here, he's going to try and go the opposite direction. Try to be the first driver to pit last. Last driver to pit first.
His lap time should pick up with fresh tires. So we'll see if maybe it's going to pay off. I know it looked like he was already about 18 seconds back.
We'll see how this pays off. And it depends on where he blends back in with the field. If he's got clear sailing in front of him, this could pay off. Right sides on the trucks, no more racing fuel going in. Goes around to the left. 16 laps to go here at Sonoma Raceway. The Castle Max Power 125. Gets it full of fuel, and Brian's down in the way now.
Car on
With his
your left.
particular stop, it was kind of a no-brainer. You have to
Still
put
there?
fuel in it
Hold your line.
enough
Clear
to
on
get
the
to
left.
the end, so he had time to do that and put 4 tires on it. Now these guys might wait till the last handful of laps to make the final stop. It's a splash and go. Okay, maybe you gamble, maybe. if I would do it, but I don't know. If I'm Zach Millett, maybe I give it a shot. Maybe if you're terrible, you're still a couple of seconds off leader's pace with fresh tires. Maybe you still do it because there's just not enough time to get caught. It's a tough call. It really is. So with 15 to go, we're going to jump out here and get our one and only HPR TV side-by-side out of the way. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. He needs somebody who cares about him. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us know.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Back at Sonoma Raceway, Zach Millett peels off from the second spot to hit pit lane, as does leader Brian McCann. No, not the case. I don't know why it's saying Brian McCann's in the pit lane. Maybe just because how he's entering.
Yeah, it said that since the plan caution.
So Zach Millett in the pits. Does he take fuel only? No, he's going to put some good years on that thing. He's losing ground considerably to Brian McCann. Tires and fuel for that is 4 guys down and away. Millett's going to roll back to the speedway here in the 5th position. Kevin McCann closing. He gets out in front of the 42. That is super, super important. A little bit fresher rubber.
You got about 5 laps.
Ahead of a very fast Kevin McCann. That gives him the opportunity to push here.
slow car ahead. Go right.
You know, I think obviously the longer McCann stays out, the better it is for Miller and his brother Kevin.
Well, it depends. You know, you talked to Ryan
Car on your left.
And we asked about does
Clear on the left.
gamble and take fuel only. Here's the thing. The longer Brian McCann stays on the racetrack, we saw this a little bit in our GT3 broadcast earlier today. The longer Brian stays on the track, the less time he has to spend in the pit box getting fuel. Which means there's no advantage to take the tires in that way. You can make your final stop and only take
Got a
5
slow car on the
seconds
left.
of fuel. Why would you change tires? You can gain all that track position. Of course, you've got a pretty decent lead right now. He's up 25 seconds.
Got one on your left.
Dragging this all the way to
All
the end
clear,
of
all
this
clear.
fuel getting tires, not getting tires, getting fuel only and no tires.
Go left.
That's what I see happening. See, looks like Mike Fangio. I don't know. It's a gamble, but it's almost having a gamble that you can make as the race leader.
Well, I know right now, looking at the timing, Kevin McCann is about 3 seconds faster than Brian. I mean, he still has a lot of room. I mean, there are a lot of time, 35 seconds. So you could be right. I mean, he could be planning on just fueling in.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. 10.5 laps to
We
go.
have 10 to go this time by.
Ryan, that is. Just crossing the stripe right now. Again, 25 seconds back to the 2 of Neil Quick. Neil just getting through turn 10. Looks like he's going to hit pit lane for his second and final stop of the day. Chris Goins is going to join him. Neil Quick and Chris Goins hit pit lane. That's going to move Billet back to P2. Some 32 seconds behind Brian McCann. Now, let's do some math. Brian McCann's last pit stop. Well, let's not even go with that because that was under yellow. Zach Billet's pit stop under the green flag. Total pit lane time was 51.57 seconds. Brian McCann stops now and takes 4 tires and fuel. That's going to give the lead to Zach Billet. If he gets fuel only, it could still be really close. We'll have to see how this plays out here. We're looking at it right now. This could be bad. Because Billet's got fresh tires right now, and he's just chopping into that lead.
He gained about 2 seconds the last lap.
And McCann's last lap in 2068. Billet in 1831. Last time again, this time for McCann in 2026. So we're still talking 2 seconds a lap. He's cutting into that. The longer Brian stays out, the harder this is going to be to see how this plays out. This is going to get really interesting. Strategy certainly at play here. Chris Goins running in the 7th spot, up in the top 10 all afternoon. Ryan Rose still having a solid day in the 4th position, not moving up, but not moving back. Started P4, and that's where he rides.
The only thing with Brian is he pitted way earlier, so the guys
Got one on your right.
have fresher tires.
All clear, all clear. You have about 2 laps of fuel left.
Ryan pit in lap 29, and Neil Quick was behind him at lap 35. So definitely fresher tires there. There's not a whole lot of time between those two. In fact, that battle's going to heat up here pretty soon. Ryan up the hill, Neil Quick right there. Laps to go for Brian McCann. Still needing one more pit stop before this one is out. 29 seconds back to second place running Zach Billet. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if Brian's going to have enough here. talked earlier, he's led, I think, every single lap of this race to this point. He's come near to 7 laps to go. To see if he opts for pit lane this time. I think this is right at the end of that fuel window. If he does pit,
it's gotta be a gas.
It's gotta be splash and go. You're absolutely right.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
One thing about McCann, with the experience he has, as he comes.
Car on your
the
right.
experience he has, I'm sure this is a educated and experienced strategy he has. It's not a guess.
No, certainly not his first rodeo. We'll see what he does here.
I don't know if this is the right call, but we're doing it.
I'm gas only, but the same token, tires wouldn't surprise me either. I just don't know. I don't have the experience that he has by any stretch.
1. Right
we'll
here.
See.
Millet's about 2 seconds a lap faster, so he would have to come out around, what,
That's it,
14
go.
seconds ahead.
Well, here he is now, Brian McCann in the pits. Does not go on jacks. Fuel only stop for Brian McCann. Splash and go. 7 seconds in the pit box. Saved him 7 seconds on the racetrack with 7 laps to go. 7s are wild here at Sonoma.
Was not the right call.
We just
Dang
left
it.
Vegas, didn't we?
He's got a second and a half, a little over a second and a
Car
half.
on your left.
Miller.
All clear,
I
all
think
clear.
This is not a good sign for Brian McCann. He's got no rainwater, lap traffic. He's got to dispose of him quickly. He does. But Millet coming fast the top of the hill with fresher rubber. I just don't know. Brian's going to have to block his ever-loving tail off to keep the 315 behind on equal footing. It was close. Brian McCann still had him by about a 10th and a half. But Brian McCann's last pit stop was fuel only. Millet hit a lap 33, 5 laps before Brian McCann, but he took 4 tires. Does he have enough?
You can see Millet just keep cutting into the lead. It's under a second now.
I don't think Brian's going to have the time. And in all reality, I think it was dead meat either way. If he took the tires, he's going to be 7+ seconds behind. I don't think he'd even be in the top. He'd be 4th. He would be 4th at that point. No, maybe 3rd. Yeah, he would be top 3. So as it is right now, of course, you make a pit call here. You want to come out as the leader. He's done that. But Millet's 2 truck lengths behind here. It's less than 6 laps to go. Zach Millet reel in Brian McCann. 0.6 of a second here, top of the hill. Down into turn 5.
I think Millet is just going to take his time here, a couple of laps, make sure he don't make no mistakes. Millet's a smart racer. He knows that he's faster than Brian. He knows that Brian doesn't have tire track.
There is more than 20+ years of iRacing experience in these top 2 positions right now. If you add them up, Millet's been on here over 10 years, Brian McCann over 10 years. This is going to be a battle. And honestly, I think McCann is quicker than we thought he would be. See, Millet's not willing to go as wide into 11 in my eyes.
Five laps
I
to
don't
go.
know. Eric, I think you're right. I think Zach might just be playing it cooler than he has to right now.
They ran almost the same identical lap.
Millet was a hair quicker, but not by a whole lot.
You know, there always is the chance that Zach tried too hard and has burnt his tires way down.
I don't know. I think him getting out in front of Kevin McCann was the biggest thing he could have had happen. There's only 2 lap pressure tires over Kevin. Kevin real loose out of the corner. He gathers it up. Continue to watch this battle for the lead here with less than 5 laps to go. Brian McCann comes out of the pits. Fuel only for the 3 truck. The hard charging Zach Millet in behind with newer tires.
Got one on your left. Car on your right.
Lap traffic coming into play here.
All
Millet
clear,
takes it
all
to the
clear.
inside. 5 runs way wide
What?
intentionally, and Zach Millen's to the inside of Ryan McCann. Ryan pushes him into the tires.
It's on him at the last second.
McCann gets away here, about a 3/4 second advantage now.
Millen lost all kinds of time there.
About 3 or 4 tenths Zach has lost, but still 3.5 plus laps to go. I think that is just going to make Zach angry. I think he's done trying to drive conservatively. Haley in the street chat, 4 to go. Less than that now. Getting crazy.
Car on your left.
Traffic to deal with. Millen right there, gains a lot
Still
of
there.
time back.
Hold your line. Clear on the left.
Yeah, I think that little jump hurt Ryan as he's working towards this flat track.
Millen runs wide here, keeps the momentum up through the S's, still nowhere to go. He's all over the tailgate of the 3, into the S's, coming to 3 laps to go. Millen is there, less than the truck off the back bumper of Ryan McCann.
Car on your left.
I think Zach set him up for a move. Right?
Still there.
Yeah, I think
Hold
you're
your
right.
line.
Right on the back bumper, it goes wide. Defensive
Keep
line
right
for
there.
Ryan McCann.
All
Smart
clear, all
move
clear.
out of the 3. Ryan was able to outbrake him, but doesn't have position. Side by side into the hairpin. Turn 11, little wiggle by Zach Millen. Coming to 3 to go. Can't having trouble putting the power down.
One thing about it, McCann has defended well to be on over tires.
Oh, I am super impressed. I cannot believe he's able to do this with this much over tires.
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job. I think Millen was trying to get him out of his groove going into 11. As Brian has swung wide every time, and Millen took that away. I think he was trying to cross him.
Ryan McCann, a very good road racer. Zach Millen, a very good road racer. These two going at it here late at Sonoma Raceway. I honestly think, though, if Millen was able to get by the 3 here, he could set sail and put some distance on him at this point. But right now, it's just so tough to pass here. These older tires, even though McCann's able to run some decent laps, Millen is still a tick faster every time by. Just not enough to get on by. Turn 11 once again, Millen on the brakes, closes in. Oh, we'd see a bump. Millen pushing hard again. Both drivers wiggle in the rear of the truck.
All right, man. 2 to go.
Can't get the power to those rear tires. More lap traffic to come into the mix. This might be Millen's opportunity here.
Car on your right.
And
Clear on the
question
right.
remains, I know these guys are both very clean racers, but when do you use the bumper?
I think it'll be a last lap if Millen don't get him before him.
Well, if Millen does use the bumper, he's got to be careful. You want to move him, but you can't wreck him. Less than 2 laps to go into the S's. They're approaching some lap traffic. Mark trucks.
Got one on your right.
This is the worst place to be catching a lap truck.
Still there. All clear, all clear.
Ruxell gets out of the way, lets the leaders fight it out. Millen's got a run
Car on your
turn
left.
10.
Still there.
Goes wide, defensive line again for Brian McCann.
You got about 5 laps. All clear, all clear. 1 more lap to win.
Far alongside. Might get a run out of 11 here. Now loses a ton of ground, almost a full
Shit ain't
second.
easy.
Brian McCann to the start finish line. White flag in the air. One more time around for the 3.
Go right.
Millen's really going to have to put the hammer down now.
Yeah, Zach's in trouble. He's down a 1.5 seconds. He used up his stuff. Brian McCann up the top of the hill here in turn 4. Now down into 5. He's had a solid afternoon. I think he's led every lap. Started outside front row with his brother on pole. Kevin McCann rides in the 3rd position. Remember, Brian McCann stands to win some money here. together a few more corners. Turn 8. And the left-hander, turn 9.
I think he's got her as long as he don't make a mistake.
Ryan McCann out of turn 10. Down into the hairpin, turn 11 for the final time. Last corner, Brian McCann, a little wiggle, no worries, no pressure out the back. Check
That's
the
how you
flag,
do
he
it.
is winning.
Wow, I had to
Three
hold
of
him off
Brian
big
McCann,
time.
He wins the Castle Pack Power
Next thing you know,
He was
Boston
definitely
wins the
quicker.
Zach
game.
Willett finishes second. Kevin McCann
And that was
puts
getting
it
tough
up
to
in the third
drive.
spot. Back to Brian Rose.
Wow.
He's working the S's. He's got Chris Goins to the back door watching this battle. Goins would love to jump into the 4th spot.
Here's his last opportunity. We'll see if he tries something.
Defensive line for Brian Rose.
Turn
Very
my
well
air
played. Maybe a bump coming from Chris Goins. Not
Yeah,
able to
Brian.
do it.
Allen.
Hammer down.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Back to start finish. Brian Rose.
Good
gonna
run,
finish
Kevin.
4th. Chris Goins a solid top 5.
I think Kevin quit.
Yeah, the 21 guy really screwed him bad.
Uh-oh.
What a job by that man.
Who's a
Yeah, I let
21?
him.
Me and you both,
Jesse.
basically.
Jesse ready.
Wasn't giving him a chance.
I let him go, man. And you guys went by, let him go, and then Jesse was in front of us, and I don't think Jesse let him go real easy.
In the hairpin.
It's like they had quite a bit of contact.
I think Millet might have got a piece of those inside tires, slowed his momentum. That was his best opportunity, it seemed. If he was able to stay to the right side of McCann through that corner up the hill, he might have had him. It remains to be seen. It didn't happen that way. Ryan McCann stays out in front, eventually pulls away on that last lap, takes
Good
the
run there,
checkered
Brandon.
flag.
Thanks, Pops.
Chris, I don't know where you finished, but I'm sure good run, buddy. I love Neil, you too.
Thanks, man. If you guys want to go back and watch the last two laps, look at what Rose did to me.
That was the best road course race I've ever ran.
Who'd you finish? 7th? Neil 6th. Kevin 3rd. Chris Mefford 11th. Doug 20th.
Not qualified. Or not practice.
You almost missed it, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I got this new AMD graphics card. I'm trying to get the Kingston coming out on it, and I got 4 monitors, but I only want 3 to use, so I had to deactivate one of them.
Unreal burnout.
This could be the longest burnout I've seen.
Somehow it didn't blow up.
And my highlight for the day is I got down in the
Unbelievable.
teens.
We're going to step out and get our final break out of the way. We'll be back with our top 3 finishers after this. Stay with us.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing
That was a good race between me and Zach. I didn't take tires. Zach did.
We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe
I had to block
Marcos
him.
and his team as upstanding, someone
The
you can
tires were
trust.
good, but I don't
and
know
he is
how
just
good
a
they were. I
genuine
couldn't
guy.
run Neil down after
Marcos
taking
has been
tires.
very
I'd say use you up a little bit there, Neil.
He has a genuine concern.
Yeah, did you guys
for
go back and watch
people.
Yeah.
that?
He needs somebody that
I
cares
just-
about
I was
you.
he just
Yeah,
kept
thanks, Nathan.
blocking
That's
me every time I
last
go to the inside
5
of
some
him, he kept
laps.
blocking me.
That was
He kinda
tough.
chopped me in
It was
the
all I could do.
deal. We didn't even get like a damage. So then he runs me up to the top of the hill and just boots me. What a dickhead.
There you go. Now we're talking.
No, I'm serious. I mean, he won't fucking finish.
Go ahead and jump up to the green room here. Can't tell what my tires were. There we go. See what it looked like from Zach's view. My rear had to been. I was chasing my rear the whole track. And I thought that was a bad call because I come out of the pits and he's like 2 seconds behind me. I was like, oh no. I was hoping he'd be like 4 or 5 seconds behind me. And I knew I could do that. But when he was like 2 seconds, I thought him and Kevin was gonna blow my doors. Lap 43. Yeah, look how much I'm chasing it. I was hitting my marks though. Also dripping in sweat. But my knuckles are white. I looked over and he was like full on right side of me. Oh, he was slipping too. So it wasn't just me. And then that lap traffic, that was tough. Like it ain't bad on new tires, lap traffic, but old tires. Right there, I thought I was off in the grass. That got to me several times though.
Brian McCann also wins that no bull bonus. So you pull Brian up. Brian McCann, it's Steve and Eric in the HBR TV booth. You with us?
Hey.
Brian, congratulations on a win, man. Me and Eric both thought you were dead meat with just a fuel-only stop. I know we talked about it at the stage. You weren't going to show your hand. A little bit of foreshadowing, but I still can't believe it. You pulled out there right in front of Zach Millett and held him off with relatively equal lap times the rest of the way. Walk us through those last handful of laps fighting off the 315.
It was you, Eric, and me. I thought I was done for when I came out and I saw him behind me like 2 seconds. I thought I could time it to where I come out in maybe like 4 or 5 seconds, and I was like, yeah, I could probably do that on old tires. But man, when I came out and he's like right on my bumper already, I was like, there's no way. I thought Zach and Kevin was going to blow my doors in. And Zach was fast, and I had to block him several times just on the track. You know, he could have got the nose under me a few times, so I'm glad he didn't spin me around, and that was an amazing race at the end with everybody up front.
You know, it's not too often that we get to call a road course race with stock cars, or in this case, trucks, and it ends up being a great race. There's usually 1 or 2 guys at most that really kind of got to get things done on a road course in that type of vehicle. Here, it was a fun one to watch across from the beginning all the way to the end here with strategy, and then a great race between yourself and Zach Millett. It was really a blast. Congratulations, man. That was a real fun one to watch. And at the same token, I think you walk out of here winning some money.
Nice.
So Brian, next week, sorry, go ahead.
I never heard how much it was. Do we know?
Off the top of my head, I don't. I think Brian Rose has the details on that, so we'll get in touch with you certainly before we get too far into the weeds on it. But let's talk about next week before we get too far into the cash payout. Pocono Raceway, certainly it's still an oval, but it does kind of run similar to a road course just based on how the different corners lay out. How do you feel about Pocono Raceway next week in the truck?
Yeah, we raced there last week in the IROC series, and I didn't do so hot, but I know what to do now. I had a bad setup or wrong settings in the last race, so I got a little practice. So I'm going to come into that race with a little bit of knowledge of what to do and what not to do.
Well, very good, Brian. Again, congratulations on the win here tonight. Well deserved. Really a thing of beauty to watch. We're going to let you go here. Anyone you want to shout out to?
Yeah, my family, my wife, everybody watching tonight, you guys for doing the broadcast, the admins that put on this show, they put a lot of time and work into it. All of our sponsors that make this happen, thank you.
All right, Brian, thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week.
What new car did you get, Chris?
Let's see if I can find where I blocked Zach. Or where we almost hit. Final turn. This is where I came out in front of him. Yeah, so I'm just like right up the hill. That's like nothing. He made up so much time on new tires. I just didn't think, because the difference between tires and not taking tires was like 6 or 7 seconds. I didn't think it'd be made up on the track in 10 laps. I don't know if I pinched him down on that one turn. The same lap, don't I? Yeah, he got under me. I didn't even see that. I didn't see it in my mirror. And then all of a sudden it said car right. I was like, what? Because I thought I was all the way up against the tire. Oh, I see. Yeah, I had my. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Ooh, well, he didn't hit the tire. That's my mistake there. I did not know he was there. I hope he's not mad about that. Yeah, because he almost clipped that tire. Yeah, Zach, if you watch that, that's my bad there. Let's see what happened to Kevin. In third. Who did they say? 21? Five, 315. Be the 21. Let's see what happened when they pitted. Wait, was Kevin the leader? No, Zach came out in front of him. So that's lap 34. Kevin pitted lap 31. Where was Zach on the track? Zach's way up there. So whatever happened to Kevin must have happened earlier. Okay, he's right behind Zach here. So let's see this lap. Oh, yeah. That sucks. Caught him in a bad spot and no room given. I think Jesse just didn't realize he was there. That really killed Kevin's race. I had everything muted, so I didn't hear that happen. Hey, Doug, thanks for the like. unfortunate for Kevin. Then Zach pitted lap 33. I think he took tires, but this is pretty sure he took tires. Yeah. 33, and when did I pit? 38, so it wasn't too much after. The reason I did what I did, because I was in the lead, and all they got to do is short pit me, and they're in front of me. So either I did a crazy short pit and like stretch the last bit of the run out on a full tank, but the problem with that is I'll be coming out into traffic, and I didn't want to do that. And I was saving my tires that entire run, so I thought maybe I could pull it off. Somehow I did. Zach was definitely faster. Kevin on the start of the race. Let's go back and see the very first lap. Somehow I got in front of him going into turn 1. They were holding back, wasn't he? I wonder if Kevin started in second gear. Then somewhere in here, I think I started pulling away, but let's see what happened on that lap, because I don't know if he got held up or made a mistake or what. Oh, car sitting on the track. Oh, did he get hit? No, he didn't get hit. They almost did, though. Oof. Go back to the chopper on that one. Dang, they both kicked it out there, didn't they? Oh, Zach tried to pass him. Watch it. Kevin went deep. Kevin, wait. Held his line on the outside. I think that was possible on that turn. It's cresting the hill right there. Damn. It's a hell of a defense. Let's see how much he was willing it. I think the grip is right here where Kevin's at. I think where Zach was at, probably didn't have a lot of grip. That's why Kevin probably won off that turn. Yeah, look how much Zach's rear kicked out there. There was like a patch coming off that turn. If you wasn't in it, it was a slip and slide. Then they did it again. Side by side. Go back and see how they got side by side. Kevin beat him on the outside again. Held him there. Oh, Zach almost got him that turn. Hey, Bill, thanks for the like. Kevin dirt tracked it in, and is that the same guy that messed him up later in the race? Oh, they were 3 wide in his turn. Hold up. Go back. Chopper. Back it up a little bit. 3 wide. I think the caution comes out on this. Zach almost kicked her out. All right, I don't remember anything else, so I'm going to stop here. Later.